Hey, welcome back in to Talking Catholic with David O'Gray. I'm David O'Gray, and we're talking Catholic about, well, some of you may have seen my video where I talk about my conversion from being a Freemason to a Catholic. And you may not know, but if you go to that video, every day there is at least one stupid comment. I mean, just completely ridiculous. And it's thousands of them. Thousands of just the most ridiculous things you ever seen on the entire YouTube. I mean, just go to the video, just hop into the comment box, read the comments, and you'll get you'll have just a complete guffaw. I mean, you'll just completely laugh out loud, roll on the ground laughing, because that's what I do. I mean, every day there's something new there, there's something funny, but you will not believe the comment that I just read on there. You won't believe it. All right, so this guy, Malcolm Morris, I looked him up. I Googled him. And so he lives in the Kansas City, Missouri area. He is a funeral director, or used to be. And he is the highest ranking Freemason in the entire state of Missouri. He is the Grand Master of the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Lodge of Missouri. Highest ranking Freemason in the state of Missouri. And he is also a Catholic. He calls himself, he's proud of the fact, he calls himself the first Catholic Grand Master of the state of Missouri in his Grand Lodge. Now before I get to that, I mean, there's a whole lot to just unpack there. I mean, it's just, before we get there, let me give you a quick primer, a quick preface. For about the first 250 years, Freemasonry in this country was segregated. And it was segregated on the grounds of white supremacy and racism. You had what's called the Prince Hall Grand Lodge. This is the Grand Lodges that primarily are composed of predominantly black men. And Prince Hall and a number of other men, they were initiated into Freemasonry in the Boston area in around 1775, late 1700s. And they went on to start a lodge, and that lodge spread, right? Prince Hall was an abolitionist. He was an activist in the Boston area, and the Grand Lodges are named after him, their founder, right? And so to this day, Prince Hall Freemasonry predominantly consists of black men. Now, ever since then, all right, since black Freemasons came online, they've been segregated against by white Freemasons in this country. On the grounds on these white Freemasons, they would say as an argument, well, Freemasons have to be born free, and black men are not free. They weren't born free because they are descendants from slaves. Now, all right, completely sophistic argument, right? I mean, just stupid on the face of it, because slavery ended in 1865, and not all black people descend from slaves. I mean, so it's just stupid. The real reason is white supremacy and racism, right? So, black men, for their part, black Freemasons, for their part, they would hold up the charter in response to that. The charter they received from the Grand Lodge of England around 1784, they would hold that charter up and say, look, according to the Grand Lodge of England, the Mother Grand Lodge, we're regular, we're legitimate. In fact, our charter is older than most of your charters in this country. So they would say the real reason that you don't accept this as regular is because you're racist, you're white supremacist, and it's true. And so around the late 1980s, early 1990s, that argument no longer began to hold up for white Freemasons. They began to recognize black Freemasons as being regular. They would recognize each other, and to this day, these two groups get along famously. They hold events together. They do projects together. They visit one another's lodges. In most states, except a few states in the South, where still white supremacy and racism is still the rule for the Masonic Order. Now, having said that, let's get back to Mr. Malcolm Morris here. How is it that the highest ranking Freemason is a parishioner in the Catholic Diocese of Kansas City, And the bishop there does not know this. He does not know someone under his care, a person under his care, is the highest ranking Freemason in the entire state. And how does Mr. Malcolm Morris here not know that he's excommunicated ipso facto, late sentia, for having been enrolled in the Masonic Order? How does he not know that he's excommunicated? And look at his post to me here. He says that, notice Mr. Malcolm Morris, he doesn't broach the subject of Catholic teaching on this issue. He doesn't even talk about Catholic teaching. He just, from just a basic Protestant style type of verbiage here, type of Protestant fashion, he says that according to his own religious beliefs, my beliefs, not the church, my beliefs. And that's the first thing about being Catholic, Mr. Morris. It's not, being Catholic is not about what I believe. It's about what we believe. It's we. We believe, not I. I is Protestant. We is Catholic. Okay, first rule about being Catholic, since you don't know a whole lot about being Catholic, let me tell you that. He then brags about being a 5th generation Freemason. Okay. But then he brags about being a 3rd generation Catholic. So, without admitting that for 3 generations, all the Catholics in his family who have been Freemasons have been excommunicated and may be in hell right now because it's a grave sin to be enrolled in the Masonic Order, and it's blasphemy to be excommunicated and receive the Holy Eucharist unworthily. So yes, 3 generations of your family are in hell right now, more than likely, according to church teaching. Again, not me, it's the we. The church teaches this. Ipso facto, late sentia, 3 generations of your family members have been excommunicated from the Catholic Church because they have been enrolled in the Masonic Order. They have been receiving the Holy Eucharist unworthily. They have been in grave sin. And according to church teaching, grave sin leads to hell. All right, so that's something you need to stop bragging about. Now, if you disagree that there's a dogmatic teaching of the Catholic Church that Catholics cannot be Freemasons, I invite you just to watch my videos on this subject that I have here on YouTube. They're in a whole playlist. Or I invite you to read my book, The Catholic Catechism on Freemasonry. You can get it anywhere online, YouTube, Google, the St. Dominic's Media's website, your local Catholic bookstore. 300 pages here. 300 pages of Catholic teaching on this subject. It's the Catechism on Freemasonry. I would like to send you a copy. Send me your address. So if any of you guys who are watching this video can find this man, get his address, send it to him. Contact his bishop. His bishop needs to know. His priest needs to know, because the danger here is that he's leading more Catholics into Freemasonry, because he's saying, look at me. I'm a Catholic and I'm the highest ranking Freemason in the whole state. I'm a Catholic, so it must be okay. And so he's leading people from his parish into his community, into the Catholic Church, leading them, into Freemasonry. And so he's killing souls, he's killing families. So we need to stop this. He's destroyed more generations of his family. His family thinks it's okay. It's been 3 generations already. So going forward, we need to stop this for his family, for their soul. He's killing souls. His family is in grave sin, and they don't even know it. I just can't believe that the highest ranking Freemason in the state of Missouri is a Catholic. And no one knows this. No one cares. I mean, what the hell? I mean, what have we done wrong? Why is this okay? And I just can't look. Please pray for Mr. Malcolm Morris. We need him to leave Freemasonry. We need him to bear witness to the fact. We need him to say the hell with Freemasonry and his promise of making good men better. And yes, to Christ and his church, who leads souls to sainthood. You can no more be a Catholic and a Freemason than you can be a Catholic and a Muslim. It's self-contradictory. He needs to learn that. It's irreconcilable. He needs to learn that. Pray for him. Get the word to him. But until next time, blessings and shalom to you and to yours. Damn Verum.